Okay, this is Ike Brender, and I am going to do my best to describe how to make beaded wire relevant to a process that I've kind of created with a lot of advice and counsel from friends over the years, and a lot of my own study and experimentation. So here we go. First of all, you've got to have a beading file. This is a tool that I purchased from a blacksmith in Sweden a number of years ago. It basically just has a like a half round groove in it. It's very small and goes the length of the tool, though really when we're using the tool, we're not using much of that length at all, at least not in the way I do it. The wire I have is this 1 millimeter or 0.40 thousandths diameter fine silver wire. You can see maybe some of the beading already on it. I don't know, it's really small, but anyway, and then I have two pieces of paper that are, one piece is folded together to get two lengths of paper, or excuse me, two widths of paper thicknesses that I roll on. You can see some of the roll marks, the cut marks, as well as this piece of thin copper sheet that I use as a backing as well for the beading process. So we're gonna do our best to reduce hand fatigue because there's quite a bit of it in this method, and we want to hold it about like that, and then we're going to use the forefinger to roll it back and forth, pushing here and here at the same time. The really important part about this is you have to be started in half a groove for the next groove to be made, and the direction of the movement of the tool needs to be 90 degrees to the axis of the center line of the length as you're rolling, and 90 degrees to the width of it as well from a top view, meaning 90 degrees as you see it there, and 90 degrees to the side view. If this tool, as it moves, if it's sideways, you get a different looking type of bead, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just if you want more of a bead with less of that center groove, you want to be straight up and down 90 degrees to the side view like this. If you're here or here, you get kind of a bead that's conical a little bit in shape, and it kind of runs that way or that way depending on which way your tool is off of 90 degrees from that side view. So this is just going to be a quick demonstration. I also like to use some kind of a tool. This just is handy, any kind of a flat block, piece of wood or anything like that, to make sure the wire is straight and doesn't have any kinks or any kind of bends in it, because that will immediately affect your ability to do this correctly. So here we go. Gotta find the groove. Found the groove. Push here, pushing here, and I'm just rotating. This is a 1 millimeter wire, so I need to move about 4 millimeters in that length across that blade to ensure I'm getting a full contact around the diameter of that wire. And there we go. This is a very tedious process. It's also something that takes a lot of practice to get right. I've probably put about 100 hours into figuring out this process, getting the right tools, doing everything involved, the right services, the right methodologies to ensure this works correctly. and a whole lot more time than that looking up stuff online, and again, like I said earlier, talking to friends in the Viking Age jewelry community. And so there you have it. One other thing, I have made my own beading file, more like ones that I believe Theophysis talks about. I believe Birka 5 filigree granulation talks about this kind of a tool as well. But it basically has that groove. I hammer chiseled in the groove and then ground the edges to that. And so this is kind of designed to hold, use this way a little bit easier, or even just this way. That helps with hand fatigue for sure, because now you're holding it more like in a natural way and then pushing down with your fist. In this particular case, with this 1mm wire, this groove is too big for that. I was using, this groove is more for about a 2mm piece of wire that in end result is going to look more like that. And again, not a very good picture of it, but I'll take some pictures.